Welcome to this Microsoft Word-based lesson. My name is Ansonda William, right? And in this lesson, we're going to continue from where we ended, and I'll be looking at the Home tab, and specifically we'll be looking at the paragraph group. And we're going to use our text as usual, so that we save some time on typing. Okay, there we go. So that is the text we're going to work with in this tutorial. So now, first thing that we're going to learn, we're going to start with the bottom layer. And after we've done this, we're going to look at the top layer there. So the first part that we have is what we call the alignment. So the first four parts we'll look at are to do aligning. Now, aligning basically is the position of your text in your document. Now, there are four types of alignment. There's a left align, there's a right align, there is also what we call the justified align, and also we have the center align. Now, for each one of these to be effective, there are two ways you can do it, and we'll learn one way, which is you highlight the text that you want to align in a particular way or in a particular manner of your choice, and after that you choose which one you want there. So by default, most of the text is usually left aligned. So that's why you've noticed after I have highlighted this text, the left align button looks to be highlighted there. Now, if I choose to say, let me have this text to be center aligned, I'll basically have to highlight like I've done, and then I choose the center align, and this is what we expect our text to look like. The next one is the right align, which when I click, I expect my text to be aligned more to the right. And of course, the justified, which is a very common and the formal way of formatting your documents, which is called justified. Now, these are the types of alignment that there are. So if I want to align my entire text in a particular mode, I have to basically highlight everything, and then I choose how I want my text to be aligned. So that is about the alignment. Next to it is what we call the line and paragraph spacing. Now, this one basically is the spacing between lines and also paragraphs. Now, next to it is an arrow, and this arrow gives us more options that we can explore. Now, the first one there is the size. So the size will increase, and as I increase, you'll notice how your text is also increasing the size in between the lines and the paragraphs. So that is about the line spacing. Now, there are many things that you can do about that. You can also click on this button there to have even more options depending on the specifications that you have. Let's assume you have specific specifications on how you want your text to be spaced or your paragraphs to be spaced, then you have to click on that button there. Or sometimes you may not want to have, you may want to add space before a paragraph or remove space after a paragraph. So you notice what happens when I click here is after every space, after every paragraph, before any paragraph space is added, and also after any paragraph space is removed. So these are other options that you can explore. Okay, now next to it is what we call the shading. Now, the shading basically will change the color behind your text or your paragraph or a table cell. So this is basically the color behind where your text lies there. So anywhere where, as long as you have your text there, when I click on this button, then it will change the background of that particular text. So you can choose your colors from this button depending on what you want. And in this case, we selected everything here and we chose yellow. Now, if you want to have it in the standard way, you can either choose the white background, or you can basically go and choose no color, then no color will be put there. Next to that button is what we call the borders. Now, you may have a text and you may want your text to have borders, either around it or below it or on top of a specific text. Now, next to it is an arrow there that basically gives you how to do it. So as I hover around my text, you notice that I'm on the left border, which means to bring a border to the left, it will bring the border to the right, there will be no border, or it will bring borders on every paragraph, or it will just bring the border around the text. I can go on and choose different types, or I can even have my own specifications there. So let's choose, for example, the outside border. What is basically what this pattern will do. And if I want to deactivate it, I'll basically have to click on that pattern again and then choose no border. Then my text will no longer have any borders. Okay, now the top ones that we're going to look at right now are very interesting because they are to do with a listing of items. Now, listing of items can be in two ways. Either you can have an ordered list where the order of particular list is very, very important and you really want it to flow in that particular manner. Or you can have an ordered list where it's basically you don't care which one is the first one, but as long as you have listed them in your own way. Now, you can do this by highlighting whatever text you have or whatever items you have, and then after that you can go to this one, which is the bullets, and the bullets will give us usually an ordered listing. So when I click on the bullets, then on every paragraph it's going to list. Now the arrow next there gives me even more options on what type of a bullet to use. So I can decide to use the arrow like this one or this one, or I can even decide to put even more or define my own type of numbering that I want. I can choose from the symbols that I have. So let's take, for example, I want my text to use let's take this one for example. So which means this one now will be added on my bullet listings, and I can use it when I want to use it. So that is on the bulletins. Now next, the bulletins is what we call the numbering type of arranging items. Now this one is to do with either letters or the numbers or the Roman numerals. It's up to you to choose which one you want and how you want it to appear. So I'll basically click on the arrow next to it, then I can choose from here how do I want it to number and how do I want the numbers to be. Do I want them to have a full stop there, or do I want them to have a bracket there, or I want to have the Roman numerals in this man, or the small Roman numerals, or basically the small letters. It is all up to you to choose, and whatever you choose there also will apply. Now the interesting part about this one is that each time I start any paragraph, automatically it will be writing for me. So I can say hello and assume this is one paragraph. I decide to go to the next paragraph. The moment I press enter, it will automatically be given the numbering for me. That is how interesting this one is. The same also applies to the bulletins. Now next to it is what we call the multi-level list. Now this multi-level list is mainly used in an instance where you have different levels of listing that you really need to take care of. And it's mostly used in books, or let's say in academic writing, where you have a particular point but you have a sub particular point of that point, and you can use it in this case. So you choose how you want it to be, and there you are. So right now we're using numbers. Let's assume I wanted to have a number. I want to have a subsection of this one. So I can maybe say will. Okay. So now under this one, I want to have another level be below it. So I can choose. There you are. Okay. Okay. So I can go there, and then delete this, and then I choose this one there. Okay, there you are. So it varies on what type of document you are using. Now let's take it back to the default. So you will use the default, which was this one, and let's deactivate this one here. Let's remove what we had there. So we're going to have this text that we're going to use, and let's use it for our next one. Now our next part is what we call the indenting, and basically the indenting is in word processing is used to describe the distance or the number of blank spaces used to separate a paragraph from the left or the right margins. So I've got the left margins and the right margins on the other side. Now if I want to indent, I'll basically click on the button, and as I click, then the text will move to a particular position. So let me slightly make this text smaller. Okay, and maybe say even make it a bit shorter. Let's assume this is the only text that I have, and I want to indent it to a particular. So as I do a left little to move to the left. When it reaches that part, then it has reached. So that is basically about the indenting. Or I can choose to take it to the right and it will appear as so. Now, next to it is the sorting now. So now the sorting is very common in application softwares like Excel, where you have to sort documents in a particular order. Now, this one you can sort either by paragraphs or by text, or in either ascending or descending order. But you can also choose if there are numbers there, or there's a date there, you can choose that, or if it is a heading that you want the document to be sorted through. So these are another option that you can explore. So basically that is all about the paragraph group, and I hope that this lesson was informative, and please take time to practice these things that will practice will make your work even perfect and better. Thank you. So let's meet for the next lesson.